Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello and welcome back to the channel where you join me on a beautiful day outside of New York City to visit a car collection lurking behind these garage doors that I've actually been following for a while. Today I'm with AI Motorsports' Sergio, and he's going to be joining us to show us around his fantastic collection of cars, well, very much themed together. Now of course I'm here as part of my tour in the USA with the Ford GT, which we've just parked up to take some photos. We're going to open up the garage doors though, and in particular, well, one of my favorite cars is hiding just behind the door right here, which I think we might be taking out for a ride later on as well. So let's go catch up with Sergio and have a look through this fantastic collection. All the cars have a bit of a story and some unique touches to them. So let's get these garage doors opened up and have a look. Alright then, it is time to see what lies behind the garage doors, and we are joined now by Sergio. How are you?
Very well, yourself?
I am very good and rather excited to be here because, guys, I've actually been following Sergio's Instagram page, well, for quite a while now, to be honest.
Not as long as I've been following yours.
Well, thank you very much, and I apologise for kind of just dumping the Ford GT in the middle of your lovely courtyard.
No apologies, aside that it's not white.
Which, by the way, will lead us on to the colours, I guess, of the cars in your collection. And the first garage doors are opening instantly.
There's an app for that.
Literally opening up the doors. So let's take a look. And all of the cars here are unique in their own way. They've got different customizations, specifications. We'll talk all about these. But the cars we're looking at, the 911 Turbo S, quite a few changes you'll spot there. Next to it, the Porsche Cayman GT4, which is substantially wider at the front arches than the standard car. Then we've got a Weissach package GT2 RS. And next to that, a Lamborghini Huracan Performante with some, well, fairly hardcore cars there. If we come over to this side, which you've just magically opened as well, on the right hand side, an absolute beast, a monster in the form of the Mercedes-Benz SL65 AMG Black Series. And then on this side, the hybrid hypercar, the Porsche 918 Spyder, with the Salzburg style livery and some very unique touches to that too. And you've just opened that. That is an epic view. Your collection is amazing.
Thank you.
So in here, double tiered up top, the Ferrari 458 Speciale, down below the Bentley Continental GT3-R, the Ferrari F12 Tdf, the car I alluded to earlier, the Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG Black Series, the second Black Series in the garage, and an absolutely epic machine as well. Next to that, the McLaren 675 LT Spyder, sitting beneath the Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera. This is stunning.
I love them.
Really, really, really cool. And well, all of the cars bar one that are here are white.
And I wanted it to be white, and the real reason is that I just couldn't find it in white. But it looks really good in black.
It does. That's the SL65. But everything else, why is that your choice? Why is that how you go for all of the specs?
Well, aside from the fact that it's a lot easier to keep clean than a black car, you can play with the color palette. So as much as I can do from the factory, when I get them, I can make them all mine. I can change the colors, calipers, etc.
And you can see that immediately. You've made some modifications to the LT, for example. That's instantly recognizable. TDF with its own bespoke stripes. I can see also you've played with the stripes on the GT3-R and added some more touches to those.
Yep, so extended what was coming from the factory and just made it a little bit more of my own.
And added some more. And by the way, we are near to JFK, hence some planes flying overhead here. But I'm just standing here wondering where we actually begin looking around.
Good places.
Right back to the start. Yeah, let's talk about the Porsches. So, I mean, I can tell immediately, but other people might not notice, but quite a few changes made to this car. This, I suppose, must be, the Turbo S must be the daily of the supercars?
That would be the family car, because it's got the back seats in the daily.
The family exotic?
And the only things that are left original are literally the roof and the doors.
The roof and the doors.
Changed.
So the bonnet, I can see, is sharpened up with those openings. Around the bumper, yeah, additional openings, lots of carbon fibre, of course.
Yep.
The arches, akin to the GT3 RS.
Correct.
With the openings.
You got the skirts on the side.
Skirts on the side, wider, larger cooling vent surrounds.
Correct. The rear wing is a larger version of the original. And so everything's really been changed on it.
And your unique touches, I mean, in this case, you've gone with the white with the red theme. I can spot the red accents, the red S, red lettering on the calipers, pinstripes. What do we have around the back? Oh, the Turbo S, I like that, the S badge on the Turbo S.
And you'll notice calipers are white, which is not an option from Porsche.
Ah, yes! Normally they would be yellow if they were ceramics, or red if they are steels. You cannot do that as standard from new, and I can also spot the seat trims are new as well.
Yep.
So that's kind of, power-wise?
Tech Art Stage 2, around 700 horsepower.
Oh, okay, that's not what I was expecting. 700 horsepower then, casual, as you like. This though, this is quite clearly a bit of a project.
A lot of people confuse it for a GT4 RS.
Yeah, it does, it gives that impression, the car that, well, Porsche never, to this date at least, have made a GT4 RS. You've got the added flicks around the front. You've got these, well, I mean, this
fenders.
Yeah, which is clearly significantly more aggressive and enlarged in the openings to allow the airflow out and that kind of thing. And then at the wing as well, I spot you've got this gurney lip off the back. That's really cool, actually.
And the whole idea behind it is to not get too crazy with it, but just modify it to what it should have been from the factory.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been very, very cool if they had made one. GT2 RS?
GT2 RS is stock, aside from some striping. Just giving it more of my own design, but I think it's a pretty great car. You don't have to do much to it.
And I tell you what's interesting is these carbon pieces on the louvres, just adding the pinstripe on the edge of them almost kind of exaggerates them.
Yeah,
makes
it
them stand out a bit more
aggressive than what it actually is.
And that thing was, I guess everybody knows, 700 horsepower, absolutely epic thing.
Beast.
Wonderful car. Then the Lambo, Huracan Performante Coupe.
This is special because at the end of the day, everything that you see that's on here is painted. So painted stripes with the tricolor, painted on the side, painted Performante. There's no stickers on the car. Even the red outline here.
This is as well?
All from the factory.
Oh wow, so some ad personam features to that.
Correct.
For example, the tricolore stripe that you have on the bonnet there, the Italian flag, the green, white and the red, going all the way over to the back.
And even on the interior, just being able to do some of the different color combinations from ad persona. So simple things like making the red and the white and the stitching, even the roof being red.
Oh wow, yeah, that's cool. Red Alcantara roof up top. Goes with the, I'm not quite sure what you call it, the inserts behind the kind of shapes that Lamborghini have on the seats.
And it makes a big difference having paint versus stickers.
Yes, I'm a big fan of that. I mean, GT is, I guess, my prime example of it, having the painted stripes. They just look so nice.
Well, that's just fantastic.
Yeah, it's always the way to, well, if you can, if it's an option. So up here, SL65 Black Series, and I do actually know that this isn't technically your only black car in the collection.
It's not. I have my smart car, that's mine every day. Then I have a Trans Am from 1985 that I've had literally for 30 years of my first car.
That was literally your first car?
First car, I still own it.
Amazing. I'm a bit jealous of that. I would love to still own my first car. Unfortunately, I have no idea where it is. But this thing, I mean, there have been, I think, 5 different Black Series now.
This one's a beast.
One of the best.
Yeah, and this one, there wasn't much to do because it just looks so good. I mean, what car do you have out of the factory from Mercedes that has those DTM fenders?
Yeah, I mean, it's when you stand here and you see just kind of the scale of the fender. It's like, oh wait, hold on. This isn't standard either, is it?
Well, you got to change up a little bit.
So what have you done to it?
Well, we had to upgrade the brakes because we upgraded the horsepower. Sent it to RENNtech, has the R3 package.
The R3 package?
Yes. Bigger turbos, bigger intercoolers, the change of the transmission. So 861 horsepower.
Wait, this has 861?
861 horsepower.
Wow.
And 1,015 foot-pounds of torque. So if you actually go online, it is the most powerful Black Series that they've ever created.
Wow, that's cool. But it's kind of a sleeper in a way because it's based on the Mercedes SL.
Oh, it's completely comfortable. But it's just a brute in a suit. With
a bi-turbo V12.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad.
That's actually epic. I like that. Really, really cool. And then next to it here, Porsche 918 Spyder.
No introductions to this. Most amazing hypercar that's out there. Does everything right. All-wheel drive. Special thing about this car, it's that, as you know, you were able to pick the number on the car. So I picked number 821, which is my son's birthday.
Oh,
coincidentally enough, it was delivered literally on his birthday. And nice. It was a coincidence. They didn't do it on purpose. So it's a special place in our family.
That is very, very cool. And also the roundels.
Yes. So the livery that's on here, even though it's a Salzburg and it's something that can be optioned from Porsche, it took a while to get them to agree to give me the acid green roundel that's on there, on the window sticker, inclusive of the painted exhaust,
cool.
Which is very cool.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that before, having that surround exhaust tip surround, but it brings that flash of color because of course on the 918 you always have the acid green brake calipers. You have the acid green e-hybrid logo as well.
And a little bit more in the back, if you look at the logo here, just the pop where you can see it behind as well.
Yeah, because normally it would just be behind the 918 Spyder, but not behind the Porsche.
Correct.
Oh, that's cool as well. That
just brings it all together.
And those are from factory?
That's from factory.
That's really nice. Very, very cool. Just adds, well, a touch more. How do you describe that? I'm not even sure, but I like this as well. I didn't notice before how you've installed the charger on the wall. I mean, hybrid vehicle after all, hey?
When you need to sneak out of the house quietly.
Yeah, put it in e-drive and off you go. And then on this side, the fun continues. Up top, Speciale.
Less naturally aspirated V8. Amazing car, just drives so well.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Ferrari, aficionados and fans are big supporters of the Speciale 4.5 litre V8 and the naturally aspirated sound it makes, as does that, which we'll get to. But the GT3-R, I drove a GT3-R once and I was actually really impressed.
It's all-wheel drive. It's also tuned, so it's got 700 horsepower now. Just does everything right. This is number 97 out of 99.
Okay.
Can't say enough about it.
So the thing, I mean, obviously many people know Bentley Continentals for the W12 engines. This was the V8 version, but the stripped out hardcore version of the V8, which came with some of the livery accents that you can see around the side.
Yep, and I just added to it just to give it a little bit more, again, bring it to my own.
Yeah, very, very cool. Then next to that, well, one of my favorite, I think many people's favorite cars, the Ferrari F12 Tdf. This is, yeah.
It's an epic car.
Yeah.
V12, the sounds it make, naturally aspirated. You have to be awake to drive this car.
You do.
You really do. But it's rewarding when you get it right. 780
horsepower, particularly wide front tyres, and a reputation for being quite leery when you put all that power down.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good thing. Then the SLS Black Series, SLS AMG Black Series, gull-wing doors. And what I really liked about the SLS is or the Black Series, I should say, is how different this is to the standard SLS in the fact that this is built off the SLS GT3 car chassis, which just makes it more dynamic, firmer.
It inspires confidence.
Yes.
It's such a long car, but when you're driving it, I always get surprised how much of a race car it feels and how comfortable it still is.
And I think in a moment we might need to get this fired up.
We might have.
Let's definitely do that. Then your 675 LT Spyder, and the thing that immediately stands out to me is that the bonnet is clearly something you've changed on that.
That's correct. Well, actually, when I got the car, the carbon fiber was all matte. And after a while, I said, let me just wrap it because I wanted to make it have a pop of the black carbon fiber. And then I had the hood made as well. But everything else is MSO.
So the MSO louvers on the fenders, but the hood you literally had made yourself for your car.
I had that made. That was a one-off.
That's really special, just to have a unique touch on it. And then that is sitting underneath the Gallardo Superleggera.
Yep. So that is my first ever exotic car.
Oh, okay, cool.
And oddly enough, it's an 08, just has a newer bumper.
Yeah, so it's a pre-Gallardo facelift, so the front bumper's been updated.
Correct. And for good measure, we made it a twin turbo.
For good measure, you made it. Okay, well, the V10 in that then, twin turboed.
That's correct.
Why not? So, I mean, looking around, clearly most of the garage is full. I know also from your post that there are a few more things inbound.
That's correct. What should have been here already is the SVJ 63. And that'll be the first one that obviously is white, but it'll also have blue accents because I have nothing that has blue accents.
Okay.
Additionally to that, the Pista Spider. So waiting on that, also consider in white.
Surprise, surprise.
The Porsche Speedster.
Oh, nice.
So that's coming, and I just received an email that you saw a little while ago with the AMG GT R Pro.
So we'll share a few cars actually in common.
Yeah.
Thinking about this, 675 GT R Pro. I'd love one day to have one of those.
I wouldn't mind having one of those.
Yeah. And no, that's where we're at for now. So yeah, I think your SV went for the SVJ.
Correct.
Your GTR, you had an AMG GTR as well?
Yes, that just went back for the GTR Pro. The GT3 RS went back for the Speedster.
Okay.
And the Ferrari's upkeeping.
Yeah, because I think the point I'm going to mention right now is these are all cars that you use and drive.
That's correct.
All the cars get driven, you rotate them around.
Yep.
You've just been telling me about how much you take each car out and go for drives and just take them and go for...
As much as I humanly can.
Which is really cool. I like it when cars are driven. It's what they're built for. So, I guess, should we pull this out?
Let's pull this out.
All right then, I'm going to sneak through here, and these lifts, by the way, are very cool. One post on each side, quad lift. So let's come and have a little listen to the startup of this. Now that's a proper sound. And I've also just noticed, this has a little thing from RENNtech as well. We've got the 6.2 litre V8. Let me squeeze back out carefully. See the car emerging into the sunshine before I'm going to jump on board, because of course the gull-wing doors, you've got to watch out. Look at that. It's kind of full Stormtrooper spec, this thing. with all the carbon, the black accents, the hardcore version of the SLS AMG. Just open up the doors. So we didn't discuss that this car's RENNtech as well.
Of course, they're all RENNtech.
What have you done to it?
Well, there's only so much you can do with it. Mostly exhaust, downpipes, and an ECU tune. But being naturally aspirated, there's only so much you can get out of it.
So exhaust, downpipes, ECU tune, that's literally a winning dream combo.
Just sharpens it up a little bit.
Well, that's going to make this even more fun. This is one of my dream cars, honestly. It's probably of the more modern cars, it's one of, I think, the greatest. I think if I had to give a top 3, I often say F50, Carrera GT, SLS Black Series.
That's pretty insane.
But this is in quite a different way to the other two.
Yes, this is modern, but not as modern as the new ones that are out there, the exotics.
Yeah, indeed. And of course, we all, I think, expect that the AMG GT R Black Series is coming at some point. Oh, this sounds
definitely coming. This
sounds so good. Okay, I'm liking where this is going. We are loading the AMG Performance Media. Oh yes, I've seen this before. This is very, very nice. Temperatures,
power.
This will show us. I mean, this must have been one of the first cars to kind of introduce this. 631 horsepower.
That's what comes from the factory.
Yeah, that's not a bad amount.
We ready to go?
I'm ready to go. Let's do it. Let's enjoy this. Everything about this is exactly how I remember it. The SLS Black Series is just such a beast of view over. Oh, that sound! I can see you're smiling as well.
All about the sound.
Oh, what an angry, deep V8 grumble, a proper naturally aspirated grumble, and it sits so flat as well, cornering the view in the mirror down towards the rim. It's ferocious.
This car never disappoints.
No, I mean, that is clearly for sure. This thing is an absolute animal. I love it. It's wide, it's mean, the seating position, you feel like you're back towards the rear axle, the wing, very close.
It's completely balanced.
It's completely balanced. I mean, it's based on the GT3, and that's why, if Mercedes, well, AMG maybe I should say, took the new AMG GT3 kind of facelift that they just launched and made that the new Black Series,
that in a way that would be fantastic.
And that would be literally probably a car you're going to want.
Yes.
And probably a car that I think I'm going to want to add to my collection as well, which, yeah, I mean, I don't really need to explain anymore, do I? I think everybody knows what I think about this car. I've driven a couple of them before, but yeah, you just shut up and let the car do the talking. Wow. Wow. Because of course I did the RENNtech Stage 2 on my GTR, which I suppose is...
That makes a huge difference because of the turbos.
Indeed, new turbos, new bigger turbos, but similarly with downpipe and ECU tune and a few mods, it's enough just to inject a bit more life, because AMG, I mean, they're almost kind of cautious with the cars, aren't they?
Oh, they're definitely detooled. There's a lot more left in the AMGs.
Which is also interesting as to what they will take the new Black Series up to.
Well, if you think about the Pro that's coming out, where do you go from there? We know it's the Black Series, but it's such a great car. What are you going to do with the Black?
That's true. I mean, give it more power as the first, because the Pro actually has the same 585 horsepower that the normal GTR has.
But how much crazier can you make it look? Guess we'll see.
We will see. I mean, just thinking about this, obviously they've got the AMG GT4 car, GT4 race car, but I suspect the Black Series might be crazier than the GT4 car. Maybe. If it's GT3 inspired like this was. I mean, at the moment, all we know is that Tobias Moers, the boss of AMG, said that a GTR Black Series is coming.
That's for sure.
So it's definitely on the cards now. This must have been one of the kind of first cars to have a performance system like this. This is back in 2013, is it?
2014.
2014, this one?
2014.
Okay. Just such an animal. I love it.
And it's comfortable.
It is quite comfortable.
But it surprisingly shrinks, even though it has such a long body. It's mid-mounted essentially, but
yeah,
on the opposite side.
And the bonnet extends so far that we can't actually see the front of it. I love this. What a car. What a car.
I think it's your turn to drive.
I would absolutely love to.
Only if I could get the camera.
Yeah, that sounds like a fair trade.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right then. I am actually quite looking forward to this. See what this car is like. So, doors up. This is the funny thing when you're stepping out from the gull wings. Look at those up. Gull wing doors are just something else, aren't they?
Fantastic.
The look of them.
Nothing else looks like.
No, really, really, really special. All right. So let me take a step inside here then. Door down. Well, when you've got your belt on, I will pass you the camera.
All right. I'll trade you.
You're on camera duty for the time being. Let me get comfortable inside here. Oh, radar detector.
Little radar built in.
Yeah, detecting the good old, what do you call it, blind spot monitoring and that kind of thing. So, oh, it has an electric steering column.
You didn't know that?
What a luxury for a car to have. All right, so when it stops beeping at us, just getting my mind right. We're in manual, into drive. Like, oh wait, I don't know if the camera saw that, but a 488 Spyder just went past.
I did not see that.
No, a white 488 Spyder just drove straight past in front of us. Oh, the sound. That sound. It's good, isn't it?
It sounds so good. Oh.
Just taking it easy. This is quite a nice place to be driving as well. I would say.
Yeah, the roads are great. Some nice twisty roads, open area.
I mean,
that sound.
The cracks. Maybe a more up-to-date car, if it was launching now, 6 years later, would have slightly faster shifts, that kind of thing. But we're talking pretty small things because this was kind of first generation double clutch supercar. Okay, let's just slow it down a notch. Hold on. Whoa! It comes around fast. You were saying.
It's a quick shift between first and second.
It gets through first and second gear incredibly quickly.
If I could get a dashboard, you'll see the lights going up.
Yeah, let's accelerate it now.
Go.
Well, we're going to have a stop sign in a second, so. We've got the rev lights in the centre. Right, let's come to a complete stop because hey, stop sign. Also known as.
And now you can see the quickness that you have to shift.
Okay, hold on. It's savage, it's aggressive. That's what I love about it.
It's the last of its kind, I think.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, the GTR is a phenomenal piece of kit, and I suppose dynamically and technically it's a better car than this, but there is an emotional side that comes from having this gigantic naturally aspirated V8, 6.2 litres of heaven. Oh, one day I would love one of these. You know, if I should ever end up with a GTR Black Series in the garage, I feel like I'd have to have an SLS Black Series to go with it.
At least just to compliment it.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm the only one who would think that as well. Probably everybody would. Apparently I would really quite like one of these anyway, but there's nothing I want to sell, that's my problem. Alright.
The sound.
Yeah.
You know, part of the attraction with this car too is it is very brutal. So you have to drive it.
Yeah.
It doesn't drive itself.
Yeah, exactly. I'm enjoying this. Thank you very much. I'm actually really enjoying this.
Well, you're doing better driving than I am camera work.
And we're back. We're going to park this up. Gosh, the view. Look at that. The GT in the middle, but everything else that's around. This is a really, really cool setup you have. The only problem is, you know what we were talking about earlier? You've got 4 cars on order?
Yep.
You've only got the 2 spaces.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to get a shovel and start digging.
Start digging out an underground. I'm kind of just wondering, where am I going to park? I want to take a cool photo with this car before we put it away. Oh well, we've got some time. We've got some lovely sunshine. Let's put it next to the GT. Then I can dream about that as a future garage pairing. We are back then, and well, thank you very much. That was awesome.
No, this was great. Give me an excuse to bring out all the cars. What's better than that?
Not much. Well, thank you very much as well for allowing us to share your cars.
No, this was all, and thank you for bringing the Ford GT. This is amazing.
Well, my pleasure as well. Enjoying having that here an awful lot. But this, guys, The SLS AMG Black Series is truly one of my favourites, and parked here, just look at how wide it is. It's much wider than the SLS. All the extra width you have in the arches, well, you can see in the exterior part of the headlight here, basically that's exactly how much wider it is than the SLS. The wheels, well, you can see the carbon ceramic brakes. I love this side panel as well, that carbon piece, and also the opening that you have on the bonnet. Everything about this car is just fantastic. One I absolutely love, and now, well, as I've said, I've driven it a few times, or the SLS Black a few times before, and every time I've been impressed. Today, no disappointment, thoroughly enjoyed that. But I hope you've enjoyed as well, coming here to see this incredibly special collection, Sergio's cars, the white collection at the moment. Maybe I'll have to come back when the new editions have arrived.
I'd love to have you here. Hopefully they'll be here soon.
That will definitely be very exciting as well, but yeah, really cool. And yeah, I'm going to pop your link down below so everyone can find where you are on Instagram. But that is it for today. Thank you very much for watching. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.